Hi everyone, this is Inspired Beautiful. There's a certain kind of pressure that doesn't look like chaos. It looks like competence. It looks like staying late to finish what others didn't. Rewriting something because it wasn't done right. Checking, double checking, and revising again. Not because you enjoy the stress, but because control feels safer than trust. You may tell yourself, it's just easier if I do it. I know how this needs to be handled. Or, I can't afford for this to fall apart. And sometimes you're right. You are capable. You are thorough. And you do see what others miss. But over time, constant control feels heavy. Because control requires vigilance. It requires monitoring, correcting, carrying. And when everything depends on you, everything exhausts you. There's a quiet fear underneath control. Not fear of failure, fear of unpredictability, fear of being let down, of being blamed, of cleaning up someone else's mistake. So you stay ahead, you anticipate, you over-prepare, and you hold the reins tightly. It feels responsible, but it can slowly create the very stress you're trying to avoid. When you refuse to delegate, when you stretch yourself thin, when you spend hours managing what could have been shared, you don't just protect the outcome, you increase your isolation. Control can start to replace collaboration, and collaboration requires trust. Trust that someone else may do it differently. Trust that different doesn't always mean wrong. And trust that you can handle imperfection. That's the part that feels risky. Sometimes control isn't about standards. It's about safety. If I manage everything, nothing can surprise me. If I oversee everything, nothing can slip through. If I carry everything, no one can disappoint me. But here's the quiet truth. Control does not eliminate uncertainty. It just concentrates pressure onto you. You might notice deadlines missed because you wouldn't release the task. Exhaustion because you wouldn't share the weight. Resentment building because no one helps, even though you wouldn't let them. That doesn't make you difficult. It makes you someone who learned that letting go once came at a cost. The question isn't, should I stop caring? The question is, can I loosen my grip just enough to breathe? Not reckless trust, not blind delegation, just small experiments, letting someone handle one piece, accepting that it may not look exactly how you would do it, allowing space for shared responsibility. Because control feels powerful, but trust builds resilience. And resilience means you are not the only system holding everything together. If you see yourself here, this is not a criticism. This is an invitation. You do not have to carry every outcome to be safe. You do not have to manage every detail to be respected. You do not have to exhaust yourself in order to prevent disappointment. Sometimes the strongest move is allowing something to be done without your constant supervision. Not because you don't care, but because you are learning that you don't have to hold the entire structure alone. When control feels safer than trust, it may simply mean you've been responsible for too long, and responsibility deserves relief too. Inspire beautiful. Take care, everyone. Thanks for listening.